1. Glinda, 45 years old, and I, 56 years old, have been together for over 20 years. We've weathered our fair share of storms, but always believed we were rock solid. We're tight with a few families in our neighborhood, one of them being Martin's family. Martin's a 19-year-old, always seemed like a decent kid. With the recent string of break-ins in our area, I decided to up our security game, installed some cameras around the house. I hadn't told Glinda about them yet. I guess I wanted it to be a surprise. Or maybe I was just procrastinating on having that conversation. One day, I was out and about when my phone buzzed. Motion detected at the front door. Checked the feed, and there was Martin, probably there to do some gardening work we'd asked for. A bit later, Glinda comes out, offering him something to drink. But then they both head inside, and time just keeps ticking by. After what felt like way too long, I decided to head back, see what was up. I get home, and the place is silent. Called out for Glinda, and she responds from upstairs. I head up, and there they are, just standing in the hallway. Nothing outright suspicious, but the vibe was off. I asked Glinda what was going on, and she said she was showing Martin around the house. But here's the thing. Martin's been to our place countless times over the years. Why would she need to show him around now? I'm trying not to jump to conclusions, but it's hard. What do you guys make of this? Am I reading too much into things? Or is something off here? Update. Hey everyone. First off, thanks for all the advice and support on my last post. I'm back with an update that's left me even more confused. So, ever since that day, I've noticed Martin's been coming around a lot more often to take care of the garden. I mean, our lawns never looked better, but it's starting to feel excessive. I decided it was time to have a chat with Glinda about it. I brought up how often Martin's been over lately, and she had an explanation ready. She said that Martin's been trying to save up for college and offered to do some extra work for a bit more cash. It sounded plausible, but something in her tone just didn't sit right with me. I decided to push a bit further, asking her about that day she was supposedly showing him the house. I reminded her that Martin's been to our place countless times and knows it inside out. Why the grand tour? Her response caught me off guard. She snapped, telling me I was acting crazy and paranoid. She quickly changed the subject, talking about some upcoming event she's planning for. It felt like a deflection, and now I'm left with even more doubts. I don't know, guys. I want to trust Glinda, but everything's just feeling off. Am I overthinking this? Or is there something she's not telling me? Final update. Hey, everyone. I'm back with what will probably be my last update on this whole mess. I appreciate all the advice and support I've received from this community. It's been a tough journey, and I never imagined it would come to this. The doubts and suspicions were eating away at me. I couldn't shake the feeling that something was going on between Glinda and Martin. So I decided to make a bold move. A bluff, really, to see if I could get the truth out of her. I confronted Glinda, acting more furious than I've ever been. I told her that Martin had confided in our son, claiming they had slept together. I watched her closely, looking for any sign of guilt. At first, she vehemently denied everything. But when I added that Martin had supposedly shown a picture as proof to our son, she broke down, tears streaming down her face. She admitted to the affair. She said it was a moment of vulnerability, that she never meant for it to happen. I told her I had been bluffing about the story and picture, but now I finally knew the truth. She confessed that it wasn't just a one-time thing. It had happened multiple times. I was devastated. I told her that this betrayal was unacceptable. For the sake of our family, and especially our son, we decided to tell everyone that our love had simply faded over time and we couldn't stay together anymore. Glinda packed her bags and went to her sister's house to figure out her next steps. As for me, I'm staying in our home. The pain is still raw, and I'm trying to process everything. One thing's for sure, though. I can't see myself ever getting back together with Glinda. Our trust is shattered, and I need to focus on healing and moving forward. Thanks again for being there for me during this difficult time. I hope no one else ever has to go through something like this. Wow! What a whirlwind of emotions. Glinda and Martin's secret affair surely left a mark on our storyteller. But what do you think? Do you think our storyteller overreacted? Or was he justified in ending things with Glinda? Share your thoughts in comments below. Now, let's move on to our next tale, where love and trust are again on the line. This story revolves around long-distance relationships and the challenges that come with it. Dive in and see how our next storyteller grapples with betrayal. Story 2. Should I be the bigger man again? I don't want to. Hello, everyone. I apologize in advance as the post may get a bit long. I hope you read it all to better understand the context. The girl of my dreams, my girlfriend, 27 years old, cheated on me. The girl I considered my future wife, the love of my life, my soulmate cheated on me. We were in a relationship for about 4 years. Everything was going great. I thought she was perfect. I thought we were perfect. And then she moved to another city for her job. We both knew it would be hard to keep a long-distance relationship, but we were adamant to make it work. Everything went smooth for a year. Unfortunately, due to some personal tragedies, I got a bit distant. We still talked every single day on phone, but I only used to listen to her. I was so stressed and depressed that I couldn't utter a word. At that time, I was so miserable that I was unable to sleep or eat. But still, we talked every single day. We were meeting once every month. Sometimes she used to come to my city, and sometimes I went to hers. One time, she was visiting me. I saw her chats with one of her colleagues saying I love you too. All of the previous texts were cleared and I only saw this. I confronted her about it and had a big fight. She first denied doing that and then tried apologizing. And then she started begging. But we broke up. At that time, even though we broke up, I didn't want to cut ties with her. I still had all her photos and all our texts from starting of the relationship. After a month, we started texting again as friends. She showed real remorse for her actions, so I tried to give her another chance. Fast forward a few months. Yesterday, I was visiting her, and we had a long talk about what's the future of this relationship. She made it clear that we should not continue if there is no future. She doesn't want to waste her time. I told her that I cannot promise her anything, but we should try, and I do see some hope of us getting married in the future. We both hugged and slept. She was being real conscious of her phone, so I was getting doubts she is hiding something. At night when she was asleep, I checked her texts, and I was shocked to see that she was having a friends with benefits relationship with her another colleague. The texts were so heartbreaking I couldn't describe it in words. They were discussing doing the most vile, disgusting things during sex, and it was clear she enjoyed it. I also saw some hotel bookings where they met often to have sex. I still don't understand why would she do this. Do me. I showered her with love. I loved her more than my life. I respected her as much as I respect my mother. I was there for her when she was at her lowest. I accepted her with her past and did not judge her once. I was always her biggest supporter. And the guy she's doing those vile, disgusting things already have another girlfriend, and makes it clear that their relationship is purely sexual. He doesn't respect her at all, and is using her for sex. Why in the world would she choose to do that over my unconditional love? Over our chance of having a happy life together. Our sex life was infrequent due to living apart. But whenever we met, it was awesome. I was good in bed. Sometimes we did it 5 times a day. So what else could be the reason? I have finally broken up with her for good, and I deleted all her pictures. I had more than 5,000 pictures of her in my phone. I don't even have so many photos of myself. I deleted all her texts. It was more than 500,000 texts. I was saving all our messages since our first message. Now I have the option to get them both fired by informing the AR of their company about their highly inappropriate workplace relationship. But I don't want her to lose her job. Another option is that I tell her parents. They're a bit strict and would make sure she doesn't see him again. I would also tell the guy's girlfriend. Should I do that? Or should I just let them live their lives? They will keep enjoying while the only innocent guy me cries himself to sleep and is in constant pain. It is tough to be the bigger guy. Thanks for reading my rant. I feel completely lost. Updates and comments. The user said, telling her parents and telling her company is the right thing to do. You know they're having sex on company property and maybe on company time. The company needs to know. Her parents. You were part of the family for years. They deserve to know why you cut ties with them. The op replied, yes. I'm sure that they were fucking on the business trip, but I don't want her to lose her job. I only asked if I should tell her mom. I didn't write everything here. I covered up for her, forgave her, and I always acted like the bigger man even when she hurt me the most. There are no praises for the good guy. No justice. And I'm here loving her like Severus Snape loved Lily Potter. The user one replied, do you know what happens to criminals who know they will never suffer consequences? They continue to commit crimes. You need to make sure she receives punishment, or else her vision of relationships will always be skewed, and her actions will always continue, thus making sure she not only hurts more people, but also ensuring she never truly forms a happy connection with someone. That's why I say you have to tell the job and her parents. Snape also manned up and made a move and let his crush date his bully, never standing up to him and never confessing to her. That is romance. It's tragedy, the op said. I agree, man. That's what I was thinking, but a lot of comments are asking to just let it go. I understand I may not be thinking straight due to grief, so I asked the people who have faced similar things. I'll wait for consensus on this post before doing something. What a heart-wrenching tale. If you were the op, would you inform her parents or her workplace about the situation? How would you cope with the feelings of betrayal? Let us know in the comments. That's the end of our episode for today. If you enjoyed these stories and want more, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and activate the notification bell. Stay curious, and we'll see you in the next video.